Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from the Black Business School and the Black Wealth Bootcamp. I was thinking about something that I talked to somebody about the other day about quitting your job. A lot of people talk about quitting their job. We're big advocates of that. We're big advocates of black people leaving the plantation, getting the hell out, just quitting, just bouncing out of there. In fact, we focus on that a lot in the Black Wealth Bootcamp, mainly because black people, the majority of them in our surveys, are not happy with the work that they're doing. They're not happy with the salary they're getting. They're unhappy with the racism on the job. They're not getting the jobs that they want. And many of them, in some cases, even feel that the $100,000 they spent going to college isn't really paying off for them the way that they want. And my argument is that if you want to be happy on the job, you build your own damn job. That's what you got to do, because this economic system, unfortunately, was not really built for black people. It was built for you to be subservient, but not built for you to be the person in charge, not built for you to actually control your environment, not built for you to actually be the leader. You were meant to be the follower. You were meant to be in the back of the bus, and that's just the way it's always been. And every statistic kind of indicates that. I mean, sure, we have a few black faces in high places, but for the most part, the masses of black people either are not getting the jobs, they're underpaid on the jobs, or they're not getting promotions on the jobs. Why is that? Well, because the white man built his economic system to serve him and his people. He didn't build it to serve you, and that's just a fact. Now, here are a couple of things I wanted to share with you about the toughest things about leaving your job. You know, a lot of people. I just talked to a woman she's actually a physician, and again, being a doctor, even professions like that are starting to come into question. There was actually an article recently in, I think, Newsweek, where they actually referred to becoming a doctor as the $1 million mistake. They actually said this, and I think it was Newsweek, but don't quote me on that exactly, but I know it was some major publication. And the reason they said it was $1 million mistake is because you have all these young people that think, oh, I'm going to go to college and become a doctor. So they'll get $200,000 in student loans, spend 10 years in school, 12 years, however long it takes. And excuse me, they get in the profession. The job satisfaction is not as high as it used to be because there's so much paperwork, so much bureaucracy that gets in the way of actually treating patients. The salaries are being cut every single year, and the hours are just crazy being a physician. So actually, this doctor I know who spent all these years in medical school, she said, I want off the plantation. So even she, as a physician, considers her job to be a plantation. And it's kind of tough. I mean, I understood where she was coming from. So a couple things that we mentioned to her. Actually, my brother Lawrence, who runs GreatBlackSpeakers.com, we were both talking to her about this, and a couple things we brought up to her were things I wanted to share with everybody, so you can kind of know this as you think about, as you plot your escape, as you try to buy your freedom, try to get to the life that you want to live. Number one, when you quit your job, you have to really realize you're not going to have a steady paycheck anymore. You're not going to have that money coming in every 2 weeks the way you did, back when Massa was taking good care of you. In a way, you're like an animal who's been in a cage, who's been fed at 3 o'clock every afternoon. He gets used to that food, and then he's suddenly out here where he has to hunt. The good thing about hunting is that if you're good at it, you get to eat all day. You get to eat better than you've ever eaten. But if you can't hunt, you might starve, right? So entrepreneurs have to learn how to hunt. And we teach hunting in the Black Wealth Bootcamp. That's one of the things we talk about on a regular basis, is getting into a hunter's mentality. I had to adjust and learn the importance of creating my own opportunities, etc. But you don't have that consistent paycheck, which means at the very least you're going to have to get accustomed to a different lifestyle, at least initially, where your expenses are a little lower. Your ability to escape your situation really comes down to how deeply financially addicted you are to the old situation. Financial addiction is typically driven by high amounts of debt, high expenses, and the need to just sort of spend all your money. And not having enough other streams of income, enough other options to sustain you. So don't get financially addicted to your situation. The second thing we brought up is that, you have to sort of shape your own destiny. See, some of us operate better when somebody's telling us what to do. I mean, that's the slave mentality. A lot of us, if you say to somebody, you say to a young college student, if you want to be successful, you should study 6 hours a day. What do? They look at you like you're crazy. They're like, oh Lord, I can't study that hard. That's too much. That's just too like I want to go to the party and get turned up. I want to study 4 hours a week or cram before the test. But the thing about it is, when that white man that you work for tells you to work 10 hours a day, every day, consistently, and be there on time, stay till the clock strikes 5 or whatever, or 6, you do that without question because you've been told what to do and you're responding to that. But for some reason, you respect that boss more than you respect yourself. So an entrepreneur needs to learn how to truly be their own boss. Being your own boss means you respect yourself and the orders you give yourself as much as you would respect those orders if they were given to you by somebody else. Learn how to be your own boss. Learn how to shape your own destiny. That's very, very important. If you can do those two things, just deal with, learn how to hunt, deal with not having the consistent paycheck. Two, shape your own destiny. Then you'll find that being free is, it's like, they say, once you go black, you never go back. Well, going black or going natural now in a business context means being economically free. So once you go black, you'll never go back. Once you know freedom, I guarantee you, once you know freedom, you can't go back and work for other people. You're not fit for slavery. And why? Because that is your natural state of existence. Look at any animal, take any animal in the zoo and let them go out in the wild and stay out there for a while. And then try to bring them back into the zoo and back in the same cage again. The animal's going to be unhappy. He's going to fight. He's going to growl. He's going to bite. He's going to try to get out because he wants that freedom again. He can't. The condition that he thought was normal just a few months earlier is suddenly intolerable now that he knows what freedom tastes like. So once you know what freedom tastes like, and you know what it's like to not have to get up 9 to 5 and go to work every day with people that you hate, you won't go backwards. You'll say, you know what, I'd rather starve to death. I'd rather be broke. Whatever. I'm not going back and taking the job. I just can't do it. So again, maybe there's like 1% of the people I know who maybe were tempted to go back and take a job. 99.9% of the other people, no. So go be free. I think it's okay. We can help you. You can join the blackbusinessschool.com absolutely free. The classes do cost money, but they're far cheaper than anything at a university. And you got to go check out the Black Wealth Bootcamp, the blackwealthbootcamp.com. Students love it. Go look online, look up reviews. All the students you talk to will probably tell you very good things. So go take a look. I think it's worth it. I think it'll change your life. That's all I want to say. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins. Until we meet again, be strong, be blessed, and be educated. I am gone. Peace.